Hi, Intuitive D 1111 here, Dionna here. Thank you guys so much for spending time with me. Sorry I have sage on my hands. Wow. So, I'm going to try to keep my own energy out of the readings. I try to do that. But thank you so much for all the messages. To lose a baby at this stage, is heartbreaking, right? But what I will say is this. This is why I always speak out against negative spell work, okay? And the reason of why I do that is because, I truly believe that 2.5 years ago when my ex had approached me, I do believe he was paid to come towards me through the Illuminati, through a coven that he was in, because somebody had already been following me on Instagram and trying to get me to join. And of course, I refused that because I know my soul is priceless and it belongs with the Most High. So it is true, they will send you paid lovers. Either you join, right, or they want to siphon your energy. They'll send people, to have sex with you. I kept wondering why his story wasn't adding up, and he said that he was out of a relationship, and he hadn't been in a relationship for a year or something of that sort. And yet a couple times when I was in his room with him, I would ask who that was on the phone, and he would say, oh, that was my ex. And I'm thinking, okay, well, why is your ex still calling you like that? A lot of people in these organizations, I'm giving you guys insider info, not a lot of people knows these type of things that I share with you guys on this channel, okay? But I know a lot of people in the industry, and here, I am in the industry, both in entertainment sectors as far as being a psychic medium. So I believe he was in a poly relationship, and he still was in that relationship with someone he had been doing spell work with that was also part of that coven for years. And I had no idea until, of course, we had ended up separating. And I kept wondering why it was that he always wanted to make sure that he was intimate with me on a full moon. Because I kept noticing that. I'm like, I'm on my cycle. Like, why would you always want to keep reaching out to me when I'm on my cycle, right? Blood ritual magic. Okay, that's what it is. Anyways, we've all seen how that, shit hit the fan. He ended up connecting with some people that he shouldn't have connected with. He was already connected with people that he should not have been connected with. And they did their death spells. And the death spells backfired because it wasn't going to touch my life like they intended it. But it took his baby away. It took his baby away. It took my baby away. And yeah, him and everyone else that's ever done that negative energy spell work against me, my baby's death was just the first of many, unfortunately. And not even all my prayers, not even all the different procedures that I went through yesterday could save that baby. And how much more so for those that have did those death spells. So that's why I always tell you guys, when you have families, you have to know that when those death spells backfire, it doesn't matter how much you repent, it will hit your children. It hit his baby. And even though it's also my baby, it doesn't matter. And thank you for listening. I'm just going to go ahead and get into these readings. I know most people are wondering why I'm not just in mourning, but let me tell you something. My Mars is in Capricorn, okay? And I have a mission here, and I'm going to be about my Father's business, and I will not let these demons, these negative minions, okay, keep me from getting messages out to the collective. I share all these things. I'm transparent from you so that you can learn from my mistake. When he approached me 2.5 years ago, I was nowhere near as spiritually ascended as I am now. Okay? I wasn't nowhere near. Okay, now I had intuitive feelings that I shouldn't talk to him, but I didn't listen. So I hope that you guys can learn from my mistakes, because when you feel that there is something off about somebody and you see that someone's lying, even when you don't call it out, you never know what people are involved in. Okay, you know, I thought he was Muslim. No, he was a warlock. Okay, people sell their souls. They will sell their souls for money. They really will. Anyways, so on to your message. We have the King of Coins, the Six of Pentacles, the King of Wands, the Three of Coins, the Three of Cups reversed, Judgment, Death, Wheel of Fortune reversed, and the Hangman. So what I see here is that somebody heavily wants to speak their truth to you. Okay, I feel like they're no longer associating with a third party. Okay, so this could be lovers, these could be ex-friends, ex-co-workers, whoever. They're no longer associating with them, or they don't want to, period. Okay, when the cups are reversed, the emotion is not there anymore. There's no desire there. There's no desire for an intimate connection with this person or these people. Okay, with the Six of Pentacles here, I feel like they very well could have been staying in this karmic connection for financial reasons. Okay, but even then, they were never getting what they were promised. Okay, like for instance, if somebody was married to someone else and perhaps they thought that staying in that marriage, you know, would help preserve their finances, no, they're still barely making it with the Six of Pentacles. They have a ton of bills. They have, some of them, legal obligations. Many of them are getting divorces anyways. That's just an example. Okay. Spiritual judgment is being called on these karmic interferences that have came against you guys. Okay, with the King of Wands and the Death card here, I feel like there is a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Aries, Leo, Sag. Pretty much every sign is here. Okay, everyone's being called to go through a transformation. Okay, you know, and if they don't get their lives into alignment with the Most High, right, and repent and really truly do the inner healing, then, you know, they're going to end up going through some type of transformation or ending in their life. Okay, for some of you, it very well could be, you know, financial ruin. Okay, if they're staying connected to a karmic they shouldn't be. For others of you, that, you know, the Death card is ruled by Pluto. Okay, this is scorpionic energy. So with Scorpio, that's the 8th house, right? You know, those are debts. Those are past life karma, you know, karmic contracts. Okay. But typically it's death and rebirth. I feel like your person is being called to go through a death to their old ways, to these old karmic connections, really listen to the higher calling so that they can have a rebirth in their life, so that they can, you know, move from these lower vibrational energies into something that is meant for them. Okay, and with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, it shows that for some of you, it might not be the right time for you to be with this person, because this person could very well be going through bad karma. Okay, and they need to sort that out on their own. And for some of you, if they're still connected with these people, you know, even if these are coworkers or this is a business, they need to become single from those energies. If they choose not to do that, the wheel is not turning in their favor. Spiritual judgment has already been called. Okay. And with the Three of Coins, Eight of Swords, this is a whole group either going to jail. This is like a whole group of people that are karmic interferences that are now being held trapped, some of you within their mind, okay, for coming against your connection. So to be honest with you guys, I really don't even see a lot of your energy out here. I feel like you're getting an inside look at to what is happening with your person right now because of the decisions that they have made, okay? Some of you guys are dealing with someone that is very intelligent. You're dealing with someone that is charming. You know, the King of Wands is somebody that, you know, is attractive, that people are, you know, typically, you know, they want to be next with, or they want to connect with, or be intimate with. Okay. What I'm seeing here is that the King of Wands is also someone that could be in a relationship but acting single. The King of Wands can also be somebody that is an entrepreneur. Okay. They like to get things going. With the King of Swords over here, this very well could be somebody that is ex-military. This could be somebody, that is, possibly proficient in the law. Okay, this is somebody bringing justice. Sometimes this is even an officer. Okay, so I'm just kind of giving you some backstories on the cards here. But when it comes with the King of Swords, typically the King of Swords, when it shows up, like for instance in a love reading for how your person feels towards you, when the King of Swords shows up, I typically know that person is not really interested in love. That person is going to choose head over heart. Okay, they're going to watch the hell out of you. Okay, but they're not going to be open emotionally. Sometimes the King of Swords has a blocked heart chakra. The King of Swords is not the same as the King of Swords reversed, thank God. Okay, the King of Swords reversed, you're dealing with someone that could have mental health issues, someone that's a narcissist, someone that could be, just a pathological liar, all those different types of things. But what I'm seeing here is that somebody knows they need to speak their truth. Okay, this person has been breadcrumbing you, or they've been juggling you. There's two men here, so I feel like you guys have two men that are interested in you at least. I do feel like one of the people, or I don't know, for some of you a couple, if you have at least 4 people interested in you, could possibly be going both directions as far as their sexual interests. But what I'm seeing here with the Hangman is that somebody has been not making any moves towards your connection because they're going through some type of spiritual awakening, or they need to. They need to transform their life before they lose their life, right? Is what I'm seeing. Because anytime somebody gives into, like, I'll give you an example, they give into, addictions. One addiction leads to another addiction. Ultimately, it leads to death. And, when you hang out with the wrong parties, it will lead to your physical death or demise, because, all it takes is one person to do too much of a substance for them to OD and die, right? They start losing connections with their loved ones, their friends, people that are, or their lovers that really do care about them, okay? That is not only physical destruction, but spiritual destruction, because that person starts realizing that they've been stripped away from people that truly love them without just having strings attached to it. Okay, so your person with the Moon card, I feel this person is very emotional. Okay, with the 6 of Wands here, they could be emotional that you might have new love, or you're talking or dating to someone new. They see you as somebody that is in the spotlight in some type of way. Many of you guys are leaders. You're very, handsome, very beautiful, very attractive. You just have this really beautiful energy to you. The moon here is Cancerian Pisces energy, right? And in tropical astrology, we just wrapped up the Cancer season, and the 6 of Wands is a Leo card. So this is showing you the progression of how things are happening. Okay, now we're in Leo season. Okay, your person doesn't get it together, then you guys have another emperor or empress, chosen ones, moving out of love and light from your heart that's coming in for you. And this will be a reciprocal connection. Okay, so for some of you, you could start talking with this person within the next 2 months. Some of you haven't met this person yet. Others of you have. For others of you, you will be getting pregnant within the next, I'd say, 8 months or so. For some of you guys, you very well, once you start dating this person, could be engaged. And some of you actually married within a year, okay? Wow. So there's a lot of beautiful things that are coming into fruition this Leo season. And for some of you guys, even if it's not love related, some of you guys are going to step into more of a leadership role. Maybe some of you guys are going to, be very successful with your education, and that's going to lead you to be very financially stable in the future. Others of you, you're brokeraging, deals that are worth a lot of money, that are going to bring a lot of abundance, okay? And you're going to make sure that you read through that contract, right? With the fine, what do we call it? Fine tooth comb? Yes. Okay, don't let nobody screw you in a contract. For others of you, if you already have a business, I really feel like if you've been moving, with good intentions, and you've been putting in the work, and you haven't been cutting corners, and you've been, on your shit, you feel me? You're going to have success. Some of you, this is international success, okay? And you're going to have significant partnerships. For a lot of you guys, you very well could the person you're meant to be with, you're most likely going to have a business with that person and multiple businesses, and it's really going to help others. And it's just going to be an amazing connection. Okay, so Leo, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Cancer, Scorpio, Taurus, Virgo. Okay, yep. And then, you know, your past person is just going to have to keep on watching you because they're too in their ego. Or some of you, they're hiding out of guilt to communicate. But that's because, you know, they betrayed you in the past. The hangman is originally a betrayer. That's why he was hung to begin with in tarot. But, you know, this is a spiritual card. This person needs to go through a spiritual awakening. Many of us, you know, you continue to have spiritual awakenings. It doesn't just go away. Okay, so for instance, who I am now is not the same as who I was back when I met my ex for the first time. You know, because I had just, started this, my Instagram, back in 2021, and I met him beginning of I started it back in summer of 2020, and I had met him in like January of 2021. So, and I went through so many depressions after, you know, finding out that he was with somebody else, or he went back to an ex of his past that had lied and said she was pregnant, the dumbass bitch, excuse my language. And yeah, 3 months, I could barely move, I could barely eat, I had lost a ton of weight. I ended up, you know, thinking I was going to reconcile things with my ex-husband. Then I ended up, you know, it was horrible. This is the second miscarriage that I've had with this guy. So, you know, the first miscarriage or whatever that I had was after I had after the person he was with answered the phone and said that she was also pregnant. And I went into a depression. I could barely eat. I was in bed. I stopped posting. I stopped my whole life behind somebody that pretty much was paid to harvest my energy, or later on contracted to kill me, right? Physically and energetically. So all of that is to say that, you know, we change, because someone can't come towards me with that same energy. I wouldn't fall for that now. That's why it's okay to continue to allow yourself to be open, to continue to grow. But you really do have to listen to your gut instincts and your intuition when they tell you someone's hiding something from you, you can't trust them, or maybe you're not sure about someone, or you're feeling uneasy. You need to listen to that, you know, because that very well could save your life. And I'm actually very blessed to be alive right now, okay? Because those death spells were intended for me, but instead they backfired on him, and they went for his child, which just happens to be my child too. So rest in peace to my baby. I will see my baby again. Well, my baby's here in spirit form, but I will see my baby again when I return to my spiritual heavenly home. And until then, I'm gonna keep it moving. Don't let anybody come in with bad karma try to block your abundance and blessings from coming in, you guys. You know, sometimes, I don't care if they're your twin, I don't care if they're a higher level soulmate, I don't care what you classify them as. Okay, don't let anybody knock you down. Okay, because you have too many blessings coming in. So dust off the haters, you know, protect yourself, cleanse your energy. But most importantly, pray. Pray, meditate, and keep your soul in alignment, okay? And that's what I have for you. Namaste.